Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking a deeper dive into the Venus Retrograde in Capricorn basics, as well as the benefits and the disadvantages that you can face. And then I'm also going to talk about the full moon in Gemini, how to use it to your advantage and what challenges you may face. I'm also going to give you some prompt questions that you can answer in order to challenge yourself to get more clarity and use it to your best advantage. And then overall, I'm going to give you my take on both events and how to use them at your best advantage before the beginning of the new year. So, starting with Venus retrograde in Capricorn. We all know that Venus is all about aesthetics, how we want to be perceived by the world and how we wish to perceive ourselves. So basically it's all about pleasures from those things pertaining respect, commitment, and a balance in the partnerships that we have now. This is not the time to focus on new things, but it's rather the time to focus on what we already have so that we can eliminate what no longer suits us and make room for new things when the time comes. Now, you're going to realize that if you have an intimate relationship with yourself and others that is fulfilling and healthy, you're going to thrive in this time because there's going to be elevation of pleasure. And if it's the opposite, you're going to feel frustrated and disappointment, which is going to result in a lot of conflicts and misunderstandings and fortunately or unfortunately endings. Okay, so this happening will result in the feeling of excruciating pain and intense feelings of hurt, because you're going to feel like there is a deep digging in a wound that already exists. Understand that whether you have a healthy relationship or an unhealthy one with yourself and your surroundings, there are going to be challenges. And if you're healthy, if you choose to be healthy, you're going to feel the challenge, but you're going to overcome it. However, if you're not steady in your partnership, especially the intimate ones, you're going to feel shaken and things will just end. Whew. And that can be very, very hurtful. That can be very depressing, and it will bring a lot of sadness. But one thing that you have to understand, that it's important for you to just surrender to the process, because if you fight it, you will not get any progress. Things will appear to be getting better, but in the long run, problems will start to resurface. Talking about resurfacing, there will resurface some past issues that you thought you had resolved within yourself and with others around you. It's good that this will happen because it will help you to just deal with everything once and for all and to move on from that if you choose to detach. Now, let's talk about the positive things of this whole experience with the Venus retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. Now, if you manage to get over yourself and the things that hold you back, you're going to have confidence to do what's best for you from now and moving forward, because you're not afraid of feeling the sting, you're not afraid of feeling the pain. It's like you're more stoic, maybe masochistic a little bit. But you realize that there is strength in just being vulnerable and facing all those emotions that we usually avoid. Guilt, anger, bitterness, regret, and so forth. So just face it all, go through it, and understand that you will gain strength from doing this from practicing just being your authentic self and being honest with yourself, with your partners, and even your guides and ancestors. Another thing that you're going to benefit from doing the right thing here is clarity on what to manifest in order to elevate your life. So, like I said earlier, this is not the time for you to welcome new things into your life, new assets, new partnerships, new energy, but rather it's the time to make good use of what you already have, the knowledge that you have, and to evaluate the partnerships that you have and where exactly you want to take them moving forward. So if you do that, you're going to gain some more clarity on what to manifest moving forward, as opposed to just acknowledging or letting new things come in when you already have a mess going on. Eventually you will spiral and have a tower moment. So make sure that you just take the moment to stay where you are right now. Don't overindulge, go through everything. This is not the time to self-soothe for pleasure, because all you're going to get is instant gratification, and we don't want that. We want happiness that has longevity, right? So yeah, and then you're also going to feel like you have a lot of energy to get things done. If you don't sink into the depression that comes with feeling the heaviness of too many things happening at once, and just face everything, but at the same time remember to ground yourself, you're going to realize that whilst you use your energy for the right things, you're also still going to have more energy to tackle things that you feel are serious concerning your future and your life purpose, as well as your love life and just all the good things in general. But the problem with that, but the issue with that is, if you overdo it, you're going to feel a burnout, and you want to watch out for that. So it's very, very important to just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing things at a slow and steady pace, and you're allowing yourself to rest or to process things slowly, not quickly, because this is also not the time for you to be impulsive and to be reactive. It's a time for you to observe and breathe and stay calm, and then find the answers in the things that are happening around you, and not to make up the answers or make up scenarios, basically. Now, the negative thing that can happen during this time is you can be very defensive if you don't handle yourself well in this time. You can be very defensive about the things that you still want to keep in your life, as well as the habits and the people. So watch out for that. Whenever you feel defensive about anything, just know that you're fighting with spirit and you're fighting with the energies of the universe, and you're not gonna get too far with that. So just let go, detach, surrender, and expect new, better things to come your way. You'll also find that you're gonna overthink a lot sometimes, because you'll not understand everything that's gonna be going on, especially with changes happening. You're gonna realize that some habits are no longer pleasurable, and you may not understand why exactly is that. It's because things are shifting for your greatest good, and you just need to let go and surrender. So then with changes comes conflict, right? Because it's hard for people to go through changes. So obviously you're going to have some gut-wrenching conversations with people, but trust your judgment and stay calm. Just take it easy with yourself. Stay grounded so that you don't react when they react. You don't end up acting out of fear. You don't end up indulging in any toxic habits or taking part in any toxic events or practices, if I can say. So that's what you just need to look out for, and that's the overall energy of Venus in retrograde. Now let's talk about the full moon in Gemini. We all know that Gemini is the sign that is symbolized by twins, or the number 2. The number 2 talks about balance, partnerships, communication, and a unionship in a community. Okay, but knowing that Venus is in retrograde, we are not looking for new ventures that make us feel like we have these things in our life. We're not looking for new partnerships, or we're not looking for new assets or purchases that make us feel like we have what we need in our lives. Rather, we are making time, or reserving this time, to cleanse and declutter and detox, so that the energy of the moon can take away all that and replace it with something that is more fulfilling. That's why it's a full moon, guys. So if you want balance in your life, this is the time to take the opportunity to let go of that gank that is continuing to keep stagnance into your life, especially if you find yourself doing different things to shift that stagnance. This is the time to banish all that toxicity to go away. This is time for a cleanse, so that you can rejuvenate and have space for new things that are coming. Because whenever you let go anything that doesn't suit you anymore, understand that better things are coming, and it's okay to just let go. Whether it's a person, whether it's habits, whether it's a way of thinking or beliefs, just let go and consider your genuine happiness and well-being. Right, now, what do I advise you to do in this time? I advise you to do a soul searching and really find yourself. Ask yourself what really makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you feel like you have a world of your own that has oneness happening, that has harmony in it, as well as balance. And remember who you are. If you don't know who you are, find out who you are. Ask yourself these things. Who am I? What do I believe in? Why am I here? Who am I supposed to be with? Don't be afraid to ask yourself those questions, because that's the only way you're gonna get the answers. If you don't ask yourself, other people are going to ask those questions for you and provide the answers to you. And sometimes, actually, in most cases, rather all the time, it's not good. It doesn't bring you any fulfillment. It doesn't give you the balance that you want, not even the stability. So make sure you ask yourself what makes your higher self thrive in your body and in your reality. Just ask yourself that. Also, make use of the knowledge that you've gathered up until now and follow your true beliefs. Now, you have done so much research, you have seen so many things, you have experienced so many things. Don't you like to say that I've been through a lot? Use the knowledge that you've gathered from being through a lot to understand what you've learned and where to apply it. Okay, so, and also, if you have some strong beliefs that you've just been suppressing for a long time. Let them come to the surface. Confront them so that you really understand why you have those beliefs, and also why you suppress them. Is it the people around you? Is it your limiting beliefs? Is it is it because it doesn't align with the lifestyle that you live right now? So make sure, question yourself a lot and try to find the answers. If you can't, talk to spirit and let them tell you what's going on. But during this time, I advise you to not confuse what are answers that are being said to you from your intuition versus what your heart is telling you, because Venus talks about the heart, and sometimes our hearts are misleading. That's why it's advisable not to make big changes or big purchases in this time, because you can do it from the heart, but it may not be the best thing for you. So make sure that you're not just telling yourself that you're relying on your intuition when it's your heart that is just wanting that instant gratification. If you can, just act like you have no intuition right now. Not in a bad way, but just question every time you feel something strongly. Just question it and say, is this my intuition, or it's my heart that just wants the gratification? Okay. Another thing that I advise you to do right now is to take very good care of yourself. This is a time when you're very sensitive and delicate, and you can easily get stressed. So many changes are happening. There's going to be conflicts. Even if it's not with the people around you, it's going to be inner conflicts. You're going to feel so many emotions come to the surface. Guilt, shame, bitterness, anger, you name it. You're going to feel all those emotions. So you want to make sure that you're grounding yourself so that you're stable and you can think clearly and you can process things more lightly. Okay? How do you do this? You move. Whenever you find yourself sitting stagnant for too long and in your head, if you catch yourself doing that, just move around. Clean up your home, go for a walk, go for a drive, run some errands, okay? And you can also stretch, you can exercise, you can dance. Just do some movement. You can play with your pets if you have one, and do some breath work to help your body to calm down. Just do some breath work. With breath work, it's gonna help you, because we think breathing is just breathing, but when we're going through stressful times, we forget to breathe properly. So make sure that you're lying down and doing breath work, or just sitting up and just doing so much breath work to let air get into your lungs and your stomach and your organs properly, because air has oxygen and oxygen is energy for your body. So do some breath work, and make sure you're sleeping properly. Make sure, even though you may have sleepless times, make sure that you're being compassionate with yourself still, and being delicate with yourself and just pampering yourself a little. It doesn't have to be over the top. You don't need to splurge this time around, but it doesn't mean that you forget to take care of yourself. So if you have a long day, finish it off with something that helps you to relax. If you know that you're gonna have a busy day, maybe start by meditating in the morning so that you're grounded and you're ready to face whatever is coming at you that day. Because the energy that we have right now is tempting to be impulsive and be reactive. So just stay ahead of things and stay on top of things. Now I have some prompts that I want to give you, and you can answer them by pausing the video and saying something, or you can journal the answers so that you can reread them and then see how you think, how you look at things, and do a self-evaluation, because that will benefit you a lot. The first prompt question that I have for you is, what have you been repressing? The second one is, what is reality to you? Or what is your reality? The third question is, what are your core beliefs? The fourth one, who do you need to let go? The fifth and last one, what do you need to forgive yourself for? So I hope the prompt questions helped you to question yourself about what energy you're currently operating in your life, and the answers helped you to really see what's happening in your head, what's happening in your reality and around you, and I hope that the results that you get from making this exercise or doing this exercise will help you to see what direction you need to move when you have gathered up all the energy and knowledge to make the move. Now, let's talk about the results of taking care of yourself, or taking my advice, or just gracefully getting through this period, gracefully getting through the Gemini full moon, as well as the Venus retrograde in Capricorn. So the first thing that you're going to realize, or the first thing that you're going to attain, is attraction of the things that you've always wanted, attraction of all the good things that you've been manifesting for a long time. By taking a moment to calm down, you're going to realize that you're not going to be chasing things. You're going to be allowing things to come to you. Not only things, but people as well. And also, you're not going to be chasing the instant gratification that comes from indulging in some toxic habits. But instead, you're going to find yourself naturally happy, naturally glowing, very appreciative of life, and moving in a better direction. Okay. Another thing is, you're going to realize that your physical health is going to get better, because you're going to be exercising as well as taking adequate rest and moving around. So your physical health is just going to get better. You're going to feel a lot better, as well as your emotional growth is going to have a positive impact, because by reminding yourself to be grounded, you're going to realize that By grounding yourself, you're going to realize that you can master yourself and you don't get easily triggered, or you don't have bad anxiety. And if these things keep happening, that's a sign that you must find ways to get rid of those habits, or any ways of thinking that are making you feel that way, or anybody that is triggering those things in you. And then you will also have the ability to create a world that best suits you. By getting rid of what no longer suits you, toxicities, habits that keep you stagnant, people that stunt your growth, you're going to be left with enough space and time and energy, as well as a perspective on life that is going to help you to do what is best for you specifically, not for the next person, not for somebody that you love, but you, because you have to fill your cup first in order to fill other cups around you. Okay, so you're going to be able to design a little universe of your own that is that brings fulfillment to you. And then you're also going to realize that your self-trust and appreciation, as well as respect, is going to be boosted, which is amazing because you deserve that. So that's it for this video. By practicing this, you're going to help yourself to build a good and strong foundation for your upcoming year 2022. So just trust the process and understand that even if it's going to be hard, you can do it, you can make it, you got this. So I hope this video helped you to understand the upcoming events, as well as to get some ideas on how to prepare and get through them in order for you to eventually celebrate and receive what you've been praying for. Thank you for watching this video, beloved. Be blessed.